All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving deep into a real estate listing that honestly has me itching to pack my bags.
Oh, this one's got you hooked, huh?
Definitely piqued my interest. We're heading down to the Texas coast, specifically North Padre Island in Corpus Christi.
Beautiful area.
Now, we've got the usual details, the square footage, the address, 14602 East Chesapeake Street. But what we really want to unearth is the lifestyle this location offers.
Ah, the beyond the brochure stuff. Love it.
Exactly. So let's start with the location. The listing says it's close enough to smell the salt air. Is that real estate hype, or is this truly a beachfront existence?
From what I've gathered, it's not hyperbole. We're talking steps from the sand.
Wow, so you could literally wake up, walk out your door, and be on the beach in minutes.
Pretty much. You wouldn't just be near the beach, you'd be living it.
Okay, I'm already feeling the sand between my toes. Let's talk about the property itself. What can you actually build on this lot?
This is where it gets interesting. This lot is over 7,900 square feet, which is pretty sizable, especially for a beachfront property.
That's a good chunk of land.
And here's the kicker. You can build a standalone house.
Really? You don't see that often on the coast, do you?
Not as much. Many beachfront properties on North Padre are townhouses or condos, so having this option is a big deal. Lots of freedom and privacy.
Makes sense. So if you wanted to build a multi-story home to, say, snag a second-story water view, you could.
Theoretically, yes. But it's important to remember that building on the coast comes with certain considerations, things like hurricane-resistant construction and flood insurance.
Right, those are definitely factors to keep in mind. It's not just the purchase price, but the long-term costs associated with coastal living.
Okay, I've got to ask about something that stood out in the listing. They mentioned golf cart living. Fill me in. Is that really a thing on North Padre Island?
Absolutely. Golf carts are practically a way of life on North Padre. People use them to get to the beach, go to the store, visit friends. So it's less about the car and more about a slower, more relaxed pace of life.
Exactly. It's about enjoying the journey as much as the destination.
Although I guess you'd have to factor in the cost of owning and maintaining a golf cart too, right?
True. It's another expense, and you'd need to figure out charging and storage.
Okay, so we've covered the beach, the property, and the golf cart lifestyle. What else can you tell me about life on North Padre Island?
It's an interesting mix of laid-back island vibes and modern conveniences.
Island time, but with Wi-Fi.
Exactly. You've got the beautiful Padre Island National Seashore, which is perfect for nature lovers.
Ah, yes, miles and miles of undeveloped coastline.
Plus, you've got fishing, bird watching, all sorts of outdoor activities.
Speaking of fishing, I noticed the listing mentioned great fishing right off the coast, in a nearby lake, AD in a neighborhood fishing pond. Talk about options.
Yep. Whether you prefer saltwater or freshwater, you're covered.
Okay.
And if you're not the outdoorsy type, there are still plenty of shops and restaurants. The island market is just a short drive away.
So you're not roughing it. You can still grab your latte and groceries.
Exactly. And there are a bunch of restaurants, from casual spots to nicer places.
What about healthcare? Are there hospitals on the island?
There's a minor emergency center on North Padre, but for major hospitals, you'd head to the mainland, about a 20-minute drive.
Okay, so something to keep in mind. Speaking of the mainland, the listing mentioned that cities like San Antonio, Austin, and New Braunfels are within driving distance.
Right. You're not completely isolated. Those cities are all within about 2.5 hours. So you have the peace and quiet of island life, but can still easily access bigger city amenities.
It's all about balance.
Exactly.
So before we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you'd want listeners to remember about this property?
I think the main thing is this. It's not just about buying a piece of real estate. It's about buying into a lifestyle.
It's about slowing down, embracing the island life.
Yes. Connecting with nature, being part of a community, and enjoying a slower pace of life.
Well said. So as you consider this property, ask yourself, does this align with your vision? Could you picture yourself waking up to the sound of the waves, grabbing your coffee, hopping in your golf cart, and heading down to the beach?
Sounds idyllic, doesn't it?
It really does. If you're intrigued and want to learn more, reach out to Brenda or James Andrew of Aqua Terra Real Estate. Their numbers are 361-688-7064 or 361-249-2876. They'll be happy to answer any questions. Until next time, keep exploring.